Hi, my name is Zain Siddiqui and I will be presenting my Kahoot UML diagram. And so let's get started. So over here, as we can see, we have the user account. And the user account has its arrow, which looks like this. So we're going to start off with the payment. So how is the payment related to the user account? So as we can see, I used this arrow right here. And why did I use that arrow? Well, over here we have a composition arrow that's being used here, and that is a special case of aggregation. So when an object contains another object and it exists solely by other said objects. So when we look at this object right here, this object exists only because the user account exists, and so it cannot exist without that. And then the same thing goes for the premium plan. And so, yeah, the premium plan can't exist without the payment itself being there. And then after that, we have the opinion quiz options with attributes of question, answer, and time elapsed. This is related to premium plan because this option actually can't exist without the premium plan, right? So the user would actually need to have the payment plan and then be able to buy a separate premium plan, which will enable the option for the opinion quiz options. And now we have these options right here. So these are the different types of quizzes that the user can choose when they use the opinion quiz option. And so I used this arrow right here. And why I use that is because I actually am using this one right here. So that's this one. So that's more of a generalization type of relationship. So it's like a subclass and superclass relationship where the student is a person. So how is that related over here? So we can see that this is the superclass, which is the quiz option, and we have puzzle, open-ended, poll, and word cloud, brainstorm, and quiz plus audio. So all these things are actually like just the subclasses of the superclass, which is the option, quiz option. And so yeah, this is more of a general relationship between the opinion quiz option and the puzzle and the open-ended and all of these. Now, moving on to the next thing, we have the courses, and the courses is actually related to the user account, how it's more of an aggregation or composition because courses cannot actually exist without the user account. So the user account would need to have created the account, and that's how we're going to have the course. And then after that we can have the student, the teacher, and the admin. And so what we're saying is that the courses that are there, which has the course name and the security and the change confirm and all of these attributes that that has, um, what we're saying is that this is the superclass and these are the subclasses of this superclass. And so the student would be in a course, the teacher would be in a course, and the admin that controls everything would be in the course as well. And then after that, we have the quiz option. Now, what we're saying here is that the quiz option is this arrow. And this arrow we know is the aggregation arrow. So that means that an object has another object. So what we're saying here is that this is actually also an object, obviously, and that contains the quiz as well, right? And that's what it says right here when an object has another object. So this is what it has. The quiz is what it has. And then from there, the quiz is also part of the opinion quiz options, and that would be this part right here, which is more of a composition. So when an object contains another object, so it can't really exist without the quiz. So like if you don't have the quiz class, then obviously the option of the opinion quiz option wouldn't exist either. And then here we have the regular quiz option, which we are using this arrow right here. And why did we use that arrow? We use that arrow here because we are doing generalization, and which is a relationship of superclass and subclass. So so that means that quiz would be the superclass and the regular quiz options would be the subclass. So yeah, obviously we can see that quiz and regular quiz options are superclass and subclasses because these are actually um, a different option for quiz. So these are two different options for quiz. Um, what we can also say is that this can also exist as this one right here. So actually, we can change that right now. Or we can say that it could be both, but I can change that to this as well. So this won't exist without quiz. So quiz is the main class, and then the superclass, and then these are the two child classes, the subclasses that we have here. And then what we're saying is that these two classes, so this would be the superclass, and then this would be the subclass. And so how these two are related to this one right here is that these two classes are going to be related to this because they are the child classes and they are the two different options of the regular quiz options. So that's why these two are related to the regular quiz option. And yeah, so these are the classes that are going to be that are being used. So here it's going to be a superclass and subclass relationship because we're using this arrow right here, and so that arrow is for this one, and that's a superclass and subclass relationship. So technically, a student is a person. And so, yeah, so these are two different classes that are both related to the superclass. And yeah, so we reviewed what association is and what aggregation is. So, and we know that we know what composition is and what generalization is. And yeah, thank you for listening.